Hi everyone, this is Rock Hunter 62 here, and it's November 18th, 2015, and I'd like to show a few points that I've collected to the challenge of Flintspall Extreme Tip Challenge. So we'll start out here with, it's just a little dart point found on a site, extremely sharp tip, extremely wore down. This point here is a quartz point, one of three I found in Missouri, and I believe that quartz probably comes from Arkansas. But it's extremely sharp, beveled, which you wouldn't think they could do on quartz, but they did a good job there. This third point's just an Afton point, and a lot of the Aftons I find around here are pretty small points, with inch and a quarter, but they're all really thin. If you could see that, probably not, but really thin, really sharp. This point has been worn off a little bit. One time it was really extremely sharp. This fourth point here is a local point I found. It's made out of Jeff City Oolitic chert, and it's a rye shallow side notch, woodland, late woodland, and one of the only few I found with a perforator tip. Really sharp. Fifth point is a hardened point. It's been almost completely exhausted. Point, it's broken a little bit, worn down, but it's still really sharp, extremely beveled. Most of these points are beveled. Really gives them a good, hard, solid edge when they're skinning, I believe. Next point's another hardened. This is a little sharper tip. It's still beveled extremely, and I believe they use it as a knife. Okay, and these next row is a group of points found local in this area in Phelps County that are Etleys or Etley variants, stone square stem. This one here you could call a stone square. This one's got slightly flaring. This first one's made out of, I believe, Jeff City chert, pretty patinated. It had an extreme tip on it, but kind of wore off some. A lot of these little Etleys have extreme tips on them. I think they were the Sedalia people's everyday carry knife, and they just used them as a skinny knife or whatever. They're almost all have a slight bevel on them. Really pointed tip. This one here is super pointed. You think they would break it, but you go to skin deer, warm deer, and it really would work great, I'm sure. Here's another one, pointed tip, made out of Jeff City chert. And this one here is found. It's made out of Jeff City chert. Some people call it mozarkite. It's a deep brown, chocolate color. Extremely pretty point. It also shows some beveling, sharp tip on it. This point here I found back in '92, a gas pipeline right away, and first I thought it was a table rock point, but later I think it's some kind of a Etley variant stone. And it doesn't have a lot of resharpening, but right up here on the tip it's already starting to bevel. And it had a real sharp tip on it, but I had it in case and it fell over and broke, so don't do that again. Pick up this point over here. I believe is another Etley variant point, stone square stem. A lot of percussion flakings. I don't know if you can see the flaking on it that well. But it's probably the sharpest point I have. And I think, another of the Etley people, skinny knife. Made out of Jeff City Chert. Here's another one. Jeff City Chert. Looks kind of like a Smetley. Strong, really sharp point on it. Kind of crooked tip, but that's the way they had it. And the last two, I don't see anybody. Had a couple deer antler points found in a shelter. They both have extremely sharp tips on them, which they need. They're trying to puncture something with them. And that's about all I got out today. Thought I'd show you a few of them. And that's about it. Catch you later.